Happy weekend, everybody. August 1st. Where is time and where is this year going? It's flying by. First day of August, 2026. I want to give you a bit of a update on what's happening in the market, give you a good overall view of what's going on, as well as some nuances of how to interpret it. Data is important to interpret correctly. And so I pull the weekly HAR MLS snapshot up every single week. And I want to kind of go over what it's saying for what has transpired last week. It comes out every Wednesday. And so I'll probably start trying to do these more of a regular basis. I don't do them every week because not a lot changes, every single week. But I'm going to talk about the trends based on the last one. And these are year-over-year statistics, which means what happened last week compared to what happened last week a year ago. Okay, so that's kind of where we're going from here. And so it covers new listings, pending listings, and a number of other factors, and I'll go over those one by one. Actually, new listings are going up, and they have been going up for a while, and so inventory is rising. More available homes are on the market, which means, obviously that means that trends towards benefiting buyers. But let's put that into perspective. So 8.1% more homes came on the market last week compared to a year ago. So what are those numbers? A year ago, 3,781 homes came new on the market. Last week, this year, 4,088 came on the market. So you see that that's trending up, and that's been a trend for a little while now, the last few years. And pending listings. Now this is important, and I want you to listen carefully to what it means and what it doesn't mean. Houston is a big market, and a lot of homes sell every single week in Houston. I had somebody that I said, homes are selling, but yours did not. Why? And they said, well, you're lying. Homes are not selling. Well, that's not true. I'm not lying. Homes are selling, and I'll prove it to you. Pending listings, which means homes that went under contract but haven't closed yet, a year ago, 2,321 went sale pending. This year, this week, 1,903 went pending. Okay, so that's less, and that's down by 18%. So there's less homes that have gone under contract. But does that mean that homes are not selling? Of course not. 1,903 went sale pending. That means in the course of a month, close to 8,000 homes go sale pending every month in Houston. So obviously homes are selling, but less than last year. So that's important to understand. It doesn't mean homes are not selling. It means there's more available inventory. Fewer homes are selling, but in Houston, that still means almost 8,000 a month are selling. And it's taking a little bit longer to sell it. Okay, so that's pending listings. Now we're going to go down to closings. Closings are down 16%. So last year, 1,826 homes closed, went to a successful closing, and buyer and seller signed, and it closed. 1,826 a year ago, last week, a year ago. Last week, this year, 1,534 went to a closing. So we call those solds. Sold. Okay, so it's down 16%, but in Houston, that means still 1,500 sold. So that's a lot. Less than last year, but still a good number of homes. Takes longer to sell, more available inventory. So that trend is happening as well. So that means close to 6,000 homes are actually going to a closing each month in Houston, in a market that's not as fast as it used to be, that's slowing down a little bit. All right, so what else do we want to talk about here? Well, what does that mean? Here's basically what it means. There's a number of different factors that is causing this to happen, of course. And you know that markets change. They ebb and flow. They go up, they go down. And there's opportunities in the midst of that for certain people who are able to take advantage of the situation. Okay, so we had a huge amount of an incredible appreciation value of homes during what people refer to as the COVID years. I'm not going to talk about that regarding the politics of that, but I'm just saying that happened. We know that that happened. We went from the feeding frenzy for the first few years of COVID, and even the third year as it transpired and was clearing out, and people literally saw their homes' values skyrocket, literally. Okay, so here's the opportunities. If you bought your house 3 years or more ago, your house is still most likely worth more than it was then. You've retained some of that, a lot of that, if not all of that COVID era appreciation. But if you bought more recently, within the last year or two, that's probably not the case. Now, there's more homes available for sale. And like I said, homes are going pending, thousands of them. Homes are closing, thousands of them, but less than they were a year ago. But there's more available inventory. And so that means the biggest, if you have a home to sell, the biggest opportunity is pulling your COVID era appreciation out and then taking advantage of more inventory, which means more choices. You don't have to make knee-jerk decisions to buy. You can take your time finding the right home, and if it's and what you're going to find is that sellers are more negotiable. Prices have come down. People are being more negotiable on price and terms and closing costs, all of that stuff. So you can pull out your equity from your gains from the COVID era and really negotiate hard on the buying end. If you're looking for new construction is coming down in price. They're giving price incentives for their finished inventory. They're offering all kinds of closing cost incentives and upgrades and packages. And there's a lot of opportunity there. So if you're looking to sell and to pull your COVID era appreciation out of your property, if you've been there a while, don't ride the market down, and then pull that out. And then let's get in the car, find you the right home that you're looking for on the other end, whether you're downsizing or upsizing or what lateral move, whatever you're doing, needing to change geographically, whatever's motivating you need to sell in order to buy, we can negotiate hard on the other end, whether it's resale or new construction. And as always, I'll save you thousands of dollars in the process to take care of you and your best interests, and try to make it as fun as possible. You guys have an amazing weekend as we go into August. Take care and God bless you.